There was no more dangerous journey for an ancient Egyptian than the one taken after death. To navigate the perils of the underworld, they needed a guide, a cheat sheet of magic spells known as the Book of the Dead. First, it wasn't actually a single book. The Book of the Dead is a modern name for a collection of texts. There was no one version. Each person would commission a custom scroll containing a selection of spells they thought would be most useful. Next, its real name was the Book of Coming Forth by Day. The ancient Egyptians called it this because the ultimate goal of all the spells was to allow the deceased spirit to leave the tomb during the day and enjoy the afterlife. It contained spells for everything. The book included spells to protect against monsters, to give the deceased power over gods, to ensure they wouldn't have to do manual labor in the afterlife, and even a spell to prevent them from walking upside down. The spells were critical, but they all led to one final test: the weighing of the heart. This judgment ceremony is so important, it's the subject of our next video. You won't want to miss it, so hit that follow or subscribe button to join us in the Hall of Truth. The most important spell was spell 125. This was the negative confession, where the deceased had to stand before 42 gods and declare their innocence of a long list of sins, such as, "I have not stolen," or "I have not lied." Finally, the spells were often written on the tomb walls. For those who couldn't afford a full papyrus scroll, key spells would be painted directly onto the walls of their tomb, or even on their coffin, ensuring they had the magic they needed for their journey. Now it's time to test your knowledge of the afterlife. The Book of the Dead is a modern name. What was the original Egyptian name for this collection of spells? What was the negative confession? If an Egyptian was too poor to afford a papyrus scroll, where else might they have the spells written? Let me know if you solved these ancient riddles.